Co-op selected.
Welcome friends, this is Pugman and Chippants, and today we're picking our top 5 arcade co-op games to play in 2013-2014. Now we're picking co-op arcade Mame Games that we have played, and there's been about, would you say Chippants, about 40?
At least.
So out of those 40, we'll be picking the games that we feel are still fun to play co-op with in 2013-2014. Basically the games that stand the test of time, playability wise.
Exactly. Especially for me, since most of these games are completely new to me.
Right, they're all old games, but do they still play well today?
Exactly.
Okay, Chippants. So, tell me, what is your number 5?
My number 5 game that I enjoyed playing is The Simpsons by Konami, the Simpsons arcade.
Yeah, it's a classic.
It is a classic. I haven't played most of these games, but The Simpsons I remember as from my childhood. It's the game I most remember.
Yeah.
I think it's timeless. It's engaging. It's so interactive. Almost everything on screen you can interact with. The animations still make me laugh out loud today, and this game definitely had to make my top 5.
Now, you've played this game before, right?
Yes, as a kid. I've never beaten it. I've never even gotten past probably stage 2, you know.
Yeah. And
Always too crap
you
for
found
that.
it fun back then, but you also find it fun playing today.
Yes, and I'm a big Simpsons fan as well. So that's also something that
That's gonna
endears me
help.
to it.
But I'll add to that in that The Simpsons is also my number 5. Of the games we've played, I'd put The Simpsons in at number 5. The reason being, for all the reasons you said, but it is a classic. It looks beautiful. It is very fun to play. And it's the closest thing you're going to get. I've played probably a lot of Simpsons games over the time, but it's the closest thing you're going to get to actually being in the Simpsons cartoon out of
Yes.
them all. I mean, it's charming. You can see they've put a lot of love into the game. All the characters are there. The story's funny, and like you said, the gameplay's good.
It is. They did a good job. They didn't just cop out, you
Yeah,
know.
all the sound effects are the same as the cartoon, and the music's brilliant.
And they just happen to come up with a good story as well.
Yeah. So, that's a good game. I agree on that one. Okay. So, Chip Pants, tell me what your number 4 is.
My number 4 was Alien Storm, the arcade.
Alright, yeah.
It was awesome.
That's
It
by
was
Sega, right?
Sega.
Now,
Yes.
this game you've not played before.
No, every other game on my list I have not played before. Simpsons was the only one, but Alien Storm, it was just visually jam-packed with hilarious details. I could
Yeah.
I probably could play this game, 3 more times and still find things that I've missed.
And it's hilarious, some of the stuff that they've done on there, like
Oh,
some of the
yeah.
aliens on there.
Definitely. You can tell that the creators just took such pride in their work on creating this game, you know?
They put a lot of detail in that game. And I will say this, if you play through Alien Storm, you will not be bored.
No.
In 2013, you could play through that game, and every single level will be interesting to you,
Absolutely.
and you'll want to know what comes next. It's just a very interesting game. The characters are very unique.
Yes.
Great game by Sega.
Got to be a robot. Yeah, it didn't feel repetitive either, like some
Yeah.
side scrollers, it has a tendency to get repetitive. This one didn't feel that way at all.
Well, Alien Storm isn't actually on my list. It was close to being on there, but I do agree it's a great game and worth checking out.
For sure.
Okay. Well, my number 4 is Aliens, not Alien Storm, but Aliens by Konami,
Oh yeah.
based on the movie, basically Aliens. And this game, there's a lot. The reason why this game's on there, there's a lot of scrolling beat 'em up games to choose from on Mame. But what's different with Aliens is that there is no close contact. It's just all shooting. You've got to keep your enemy at a distance, and it makes it unique. That reason alone, it makes it unique, makes it interesting to play, and the gameplay is a lot of fun. There is teamwork does help a lot in it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, covering both directions, and they put a lot of detail in the game as well. I mean, you can get into that forklift, that crane lifting,
The loader.
the loaders. That's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The gameplay is interesting.
Have you played it as a kid?
I played it as a kid, loved it as a kid because I loved the Aliens movies,
Mm-hmm.
and I played it in 2013, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
So playing it with you as co-op, it was enjoyable,
it was. Yes,
and it has basically solid gameplay, and it has some good teamwork in there. So
absolutely.
that's my number 4.
Good one.
Okay, Chippants, tell me what is your number 3?
Oh, my number 3 is Cadillacs and Dinosaurs by Capcom.
Good game.
It was. It was really good. I have to say, for me, since these side scrollers can be repetitive at times, what really draws me in and endears me to
Yeah,
it is games that just make me laugh. And this game definitely had me
it's funny,
rolling.
isn't it?
It was hilarious.
I enjoy playing it with you. I mean,
Hmm.
it's quite a long game, but I
Yeah.
enjoyed it all the
Hmm.
way through it. I love the fact that I mean it's charming, and like for example the dinosaurs in there, they would attack the enemy as well as you. So
Yes.
I just like that. It's like not everything's against you.
Absolutely.
You know.
Yeah. You know, uh, it had a large weapon selection as
Oh
well.
god, yeah, a lot of weapons, a lot of pickups, and not just all
Hmm.
melee weapons. You had some Uzis and grenades and things like this.
Yes, absolutely. It was like you said as well. I like that you didn't know who was your enemy at times. It's like, is this dinosaur my enemy or is he going to help me fight my enemy? You know?
Yeah,
It was great. It was visually impacting.
good
Always something to look at.
good choice. I'd recommend that. Almost got on my list as well.
It should have done. It
Did
was
it get
good.
on my list? No, it almost got on my list. I was considering that one.
So what's your number 3?
My number 3, and this is easily a number 3, maybe even higher for me, but Dungeons and Dragons: Tower of Doom by Capcom.
Mm.
Uh, the
We've played
first Dungeons
both.
and Dragons. We've played
Yeah.
both.
So
The, the
why'd this one
first
make
one,
it?
well, let me say that they're both massively long games. Okay,
About two
number
hours,
one,
right?
yeah. The second one took about 2 hours. The first one maybe an hour or something like that.
Hmm.
But why the first one over the second one? The simple fact of I didn't feel that it overwhelmed you with baddies, with killing you. I don't like arcade games where there's no way to avoid death.
Credit
I mean,
gobblers.
credit gobblers. I mean, the second one had a ton of them towards the middle and the end. Don't get
Hmm.
me wrong, it's a great game, uh, and I would recommend that one, but it's not going to fit on the list. But out of the two, the first one, Tower of Doom, it's like I said, it's almost a game where you'd feel it could be on a console, not an
Absolutely.
arcade, because
Final Fantasy-ish.
you're building up your character. You've got
Hmm.
RPG elements, getting stats, weapons. You've got shops,
Magic, everything.
magic, melee combat. Has a good story. Uh, all the monsters are all coolly designed. I mean, it's Dungeons and Dragons universe. That's just solid in itself.
Hmm.
And the biggest and best of them all is that the fighting mechanics are just perfect on it. It's just really good. It's a
Right.
beautifully crafted game from beginning to end. You can even choose your own pathways during it, which is kind of rare for games
That's
back
true.
then.
Choose your scare type thing. Hmm.
So yeah, you can choose. Do I go this pathway or do I rescue this person over here? It's
It was surprising. It was very different than some of the other arcade games we've played.
yeah.
Wouldn't expect a game
You
like
can
that
play
in the
some
arcade.
side scrollers and they start getting tedious.
Hmm.
Halfway through, but I didn't find that with Dungeons and Dragons. I found it fun, simply simply by the fact that the game fighting mechanics was good.
Yes.
And then you've got all the stats and stuff added onto that. Okay, Chip Pants, we're getting onto the big boys now.
Oh, yeah.
What is your number 2?
Number 2 for me is going back to good old Aliens by Konami.
Alright, yeah.
I think I agreed with everything you said. I hadn't played it before, but a huge fan of the Aliens as well, the Aliens movie, and it had it all. Every different type of alien.
Yes.
It had gargoyle flying aliens. It had zombie aliens.
Zombies with guns, I think.
Yes,
maybe.
yes, absolutely. They had the face huggers and your
They even had,
regular
they even had
aliens.
Newt in there.
And they had Crappy Newt.
But yeah, I will say this on the Aliens game. We're just currently playing the new Aliens game made in
Oh, yeah.
2013.
Mm,
Okay, and the old one's better. I've had more fun playing the old game
yeah.
than the new one.
It just goes to show that graphics aren't everything. You have to
The
have
new
a
one's
good
got the
game.
graphics, it's got the sound and everything, but the gameplay's kind of crappy.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
But when we played Aliens, the old arcade version, it was just fun.
I was never bored. I
Wasn't-
wanted to see the end of this. Even though I know it was following the movie, I still had to get into a loader and knock that queen down these shaft.
And you did, Chip Pants.
I did.
Okay. We even have that on record. She ain't lying, folks.
What about you? What's your
Okay,
number 2?
my number 2 is going to be unusual. Okay, and it might shock a few people, and it's strictly not a co-op game, but it is a 2-player game. It's such a good game that I had to put it in the list, and it's a classic, and that game is Paperboy.
Oh,
It's an old game by Atari,
yes.
and if you don't know about it, it's what it says on the can. It's Paperboy. You play as Paperboy delivering papers, and the concept that alone is unique. No shooting anybody, no beating anybody, just delivering papers, maybe smashing a few windows.
Yes.
But it's a hell of a lot of fun. The gameplay is awesome. I will say the controls are a bit difficult, but once you get used to the controls on it, the gameplay wise is brilliant. And I highly recommend it. It's just playing 2 players on it and just having competitions or whatever you do. And the music's brilliant. The isometric graphics on it look awesome. Still today it looks good. It looks charming. I love how
Yes.
they've done the streets. It's a simple concept, but the gameplay's there from beginning to end.
The probably the best games is those that they just keep simple, a simple concept, and
Yeah.
if you can make it so it's if you turn a simple concept into a classic, that's difficult and it's simple at the same time to do, and they've pulled it off well.
Yeah.
They did a good job.
And how many Paperboy games do you know? I mean, that's got to be the only one.
Yeah.
So if you want to be a Paperboy, I highly recommend it too.
Yes.
Okay, Chip Pants, here it is. What is your number 1 game?
Oh, I think you'd agree with me on this one too. It's hands down. I can't believe, you know, I've never heard of this game, played of it before, but it will stay with me through my whole gaming life. It's Rolling Thunder.
Rolling Thunder 2.
Rolling Thunder 2.
I would recommend number 1 as well, but it's a single player game. But number 2 is co-op, and as you said, Chip Pants, that's my number 1 as well. We had a blast playing that game.
Amazing. I wanted to punch the screen, I don't know how many times.
But we still kept at it. That's the thing. The
It's
gameplay drew us back in.
How many days were we working on that
At least
that
a
final
week.
level?
About a week.
Incredible.
But I will say,
The
Now,
teamwork on it.
you've never played that game before, right?
Never.
And so your first time playing it in 2013, you enjoyed it. You picked it up.
Amazing. I can't believe on how well it was put together. It's probably one of the best co-op games I've ever played. I could not have completed that game without you.
You could do.
I couldn't. I couldn't.
Give it maybe a few more weeks, you would have got there.
No, I would have ended up. No, it's just
But that's the thing with this game. I don't care how many credits you've got. The game is about skill. You can put as many credits in as you want. If you don't have the skill to do it, you won't get anywhere on that game.
absolutely. You
It is
can't
a
just.
completely
Yeah.
skill-based game. You can't buy your way to the end on that game.
It took practice. It took us that amount of time to get that good to beat the end.
Yeah, it's 100% great gameplay. It's all about reactions, skill.
This game, I felt like it made me a better game player.
It's quite a unique game for what it is in all these Mame games. I mean, the shoot again, it's a scrolling shooter, and this time you've got limited ammo, so you've got to watch your ammo. You've got
Yes.
two players on at the same time, two levels up and down, and it's just a lot of fun, and you feel good getting the shots in and getting the kill. So
Absolutely. All other future arcade side scroller or any other game, I will compare it to Rolling Thunder 2 for sure.
yeah, I
It was
agree.
just an amazing game.
I agree. Well, friends, that was our top five, and yeah, Rolling Thunder 2 co-op, highly recommended. You guys should check it out. And thanks for watching. Hope this was helpful.
Yeah.
Until next time.
Save and quit.